Excuse me. Yeah. I forgot I was live for a second. That is embarrassing. What can you do? Yeah, probably. Sorry about that. If you just joined the stream, I got nothing to say. Welcome. That's the Grand Royal burp. At least you know it's a warm welcome. Just a good beer, what can I say? Alright, we are just plodding along here through Terra Descent. The slowest. Well, actually, not the slowest. Turns out, if you're grinding up to level 10, this could be one of the quicker ways to get Terra Descent. I mean, to get your breach level up. And it's free. It doesn't cost you any gold. Whereas Descending Nightmares does cost you quite a bit of gold. And technically, look, if you just did level 1, it's obviously much quicker. But then that's more expensive on the keys. So it's obviously time or keys. And I'm not really in any hurry. So I figured, I've got this old Swordcraft great sword lying around. Let's just do that. And you sometimes get a void satchel even from these level 1s, which is quite decent. And time-wise, it kind of is a bit quicker. I would be much quicker if I wasn't using the Soulcraft sword. But I just feel like, man, this thing is gonna sit in my stash forever if I don't like just do the quest or use the thing. So I'm kind of just doing that. Super excited for tomorrow though. Are you guys amped for the update? I think it's going to be pretty cool. And also for those of you who don't know, it is actually my birthday tomorrow. So getting a cool birthday update is pretty rad. And of course it's a new expedition. So that's also exciting. New weekly goals. Also, I'm sure a lot of players will return to play the expedition. Or at least to check out the update. And if some players decide to leave because the game is so different and they're not willing to try and adapt to the changes, I guess that just means there's more items in the market, maybe to pick up. We'll see where it's going. Obviously, the devs have to look after the game's economy first, so let's see how they've creatively thought to do that. You're listening. Nice. Matar, you're very sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the update. I mean, I was getting pretty amped up when I saw that Lost Relics is preparing for like a Steam launch at the end of the year. And, you know, Cliff obviously knows how to do things just because he's been working in the game dev industry for 30 years. So I'm pretty sure he's worked on some projects that have gone through the whole release system. I mean, if you think about it, that's probably why we have such a smooth game in front of us compared to some of the other projects, at least in the engine ecosystem. Like, I think it's actually harder to take your time, wait, polish, and then do your big push when you're ready. I think that is much harder to foresee and understand how to do. So yeah, that got me amped. I did do some contributions towards this next update, which you guys will see tomorrow. Cool. And no, it isn't voice work. So you don't have to worry about a Colossus that's going to say the same lines over and over and over. I think that, a lot of the players complained about that. I mean, I also thought maybe there could have been another way to do it. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm speaking as if I know about what's in the update. I have no idea. I know as much as you guys. So we shall see. Just mushroom farming here. Suppose we could go hunt for some guardians. Get another vault. I was just being lazy with these the last couple, 100 or so. Well, actually, probably like 2 to 3,000 of like the breach XP. Hey, what's up, OJS Matt? Nice to have you here. I'm curious about what the potion shake-up, since I need to use them a lot. I'm currently doomed with legendary weapons. Okay. Well, that's actually interesting. I think a lot of what they're doing with the potion shake-up and stuff is maybe to make things more balanced, in the sense that, like, everyone's worried, like, oh no, we only get, I get two adventures out of one set of potions. But what if the adventures become 15 minutes long again? And now the potions last the whole adventure. So we're actually winning, because now, the potions last for almost 50% longer time. And if the adventures are harder, I'm guessing they'll be a little bit more rewarding. So maybe they've rebalanced those things. Or maybe it'll be somewhere just in between. I'm sure we'll win in some places and lose in some places. I guess we'll call it balance, It's just how it goes. But I think the new system with the Colossus sounds like, I mean, they mentioned you don't bring any of your own gear from home. So I think you have to start, everyone starts on the same level of gear at the start of a season, maybe. And as you play, maybe you can slowly forge your gear up. So by the end of the season, you're able to do the Odyssey easier than you did in the beginning. So you get a sense of seasonal progress, which is more short term. And then you've obviously got your long term progress, which they've set up with the prestige levels and stuff. But I'm sure they'll do a bit of spring cleaning everywhere, I think it's very quick to freak out about longer slows, longer fire, But now we have a pet that can cleanse. We have potions that last a whole adventure. If the game's harder, it's inevitably going to take longer to finish adventures. Maybe it's like a necessary evil, because if you do have some players in the game that are able to finish runs in 3 minutes and speed run back to back, and just speedrun on repeat 10 hours a day and find all the items in the game. It means they have to tweak the drops to suit players who play like that. Whereas now, if they change the method, maybe they can change the rewards to match a larger bit. Like, you know, if 80% of your players are casual, and you've got 20% that's farming everything, that's not really necessarily balanced. So I think maybe they're trying to take that into account, so the game feels more rewarding for new players, and also still feels like there's purpose for older players. Maybe some of these like soft barriers actually breeds a healthier economy. I mean, these are questions that we'll only know once we get to the other side. Keen to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think? OJS Matt says, yes, but there is that thing. Why are they getting stackable? Is it for every level on descending, yada yada? On ordinary maps, why would you need stackable? Yeah, true. I'm guessing that's more for descending nightmares, so you can stack up and go as deep as you want, and then you just strategically use your potions per floor, which means, you know, depending on how stackable they are, maybe you can take 10 precision peaks and 10 of this and 10 of that, and you can try push deep into Hellfire, you know. Suddenly those descending nightmare keys become even more valuable because you can farm a vault. You know, if you go all the way from descending nightmares and you do 10 floors or something, or 8 floors, you know, you only have to do that 3 times in a week, or 3 times to get a vault, instead of running 10 times. But it'll obviously take much longer, but it's a different type of adventure, so I'm guessing it's more for that. Also, at the moment, I don't know if you've noticed, the potion usage has also changed a bit. Like, now because we can take our weapons, our higher tier weapons, into lower tier adventures. Like, for instance, I only use potions on Mount, but I don't really need to use them on mythical adventures. So that's a choice I have to make. Do I want to spend potions to get more XP? Or do I struggle a bit more, or do I want to just play an adventure that's a bit slower, maybe in terms of enchanted stones, but it's quicker and feels easier, less hassle, but yeah, less XP in the long run. But maybe because it feels a little bit easier and more doable for longer, maybe you play a bit more, you know. So I think those are things to consider. Welcome if you've just joined. We're just messing around in Terra Descent here. Slowly trying to hack into level 10 breach. The amount of XP I need there is quite a bit. Also, the mushroom farming is not so bad here. I am only doing level 1 though, so it's not like, yeah, nothing difficult. Yes, it looks like we've got quite a bit of downtime for the update, which probably means it's a big one. Also, I'm excited to see how the economy will be affected by Shadow Core. You know, I think they really want to ramp up the fact that the game feels like there's more treasure to be found, like beyond just fragments for expedition. You know, you're finding more actual lost relics. OJS says, I'm sure we can adapt. It's just that change thing when you got your rotation down. I mean, the demons mostly come at night. Mostly. Yeah, no, exactly. You're right. It's going to take a second to, like, digest the new game that's in front of us and maybe recalculate your, exactly like you said, your rotations and all of that. I mean, I've just been super busy lately. So one of the things that I've been struggling with is just like trying to keep up with the gold grind curve. So like obviously it has been getting a little bit steeper lately, but if you pair that with also not playing as regularly, and also I've been like working on building a game as well, which does take time, you know, especially doing like art, characters. We're doing like 2D isometric kind of Diablo style camera angle vibes, and we're leveraging some power of AI in our workflow a little bit. We're a very small team, but yeah, that also takes time. And I've been like trying to play a variety of games to get some inspiration. I just like pay attention to what is actually happening, like how things are being done, how different games do the same thing in different ways, in terms of like drops, attack animation, progression mechanics, just like thinking more about the design behind it, which has been quite fun when you play a game for those reasons. Yeah, a good reference is Stone Giant games. Well, I think they're called Stone Giant or Super Giant. I feel like I'm not reading the name. The developers of Hades and Bastion. I think they're called Super Giant. For some reason, sometimes I think of it as Stone Giant. Oh, fire trap. Hiding under the chest. Those will be brutal in the new update. It's a stash for ever growing mushroom trade here. That's not bad. 10k on mushrooms? Just from Terror Descent? That's not bad at all. Let's see how many of them. Yeah, we're making progress. So we got to do like 165. Not all gonna happen tonight. Definitely not. Also checking out a bit of Six Dragons. Found a cool recipe in that game today. For a level 2 rare Soul Reaver. Something. Ghost Reaver. Looks cool. So I've also just like figuring that out a bit. Also played a bit of Etherscape just to partake in these engine events a bit. I'm gonna show you guys the Into the Multiverse little jumping game. It's weirdly fun and addictive, but also like they could probably do just a little bit of polishing. Pretty sure you bought some of mine. Did you sell blues? How many blues did you have? OJS? Maybe I did. My fragment stack is kind of... I've got all the greens I need for the next expedition, which is cool. Because obviously anything additional will be either for re-rolling contracts or we'll see if we get another catalyst of conversion or fusing. I think that's one of the like main ways to get blues. If you think about it, we don't really have like a very clean, obvious source for blue frags. Maybe instead, well, except for like Echoes of Time, if you can afford that. I mean, that's another big gold sink, which is quite hard to maintain. Yeah, I mean, I had like what, 2.5k engine, and I just thought, well, that's not going to buy me a new artifact that can help me, you know, make my build better. I'm either going to burn it on Luneri, which is a bit of like a gamble in a way, unless it's membership time. So I decided just to get fragments. You can always resell those. And I figured fragments are cheap now. Technically, no one is using them. So they will go up in price, even if I decide to sell them later. So we'll see. I said this last expedition too. I'll see what the reward offerings are, and if I want to try grind it out. One thing that's nice though is there's been like a bit of a, not like a mass abandonment or something, but somehow I've kind of stayed in first place as the content creator. I mean, I have been trying to keep up my weekly Lost Relic streams, and obviously you guys have been boosting me, which is so nice. So all this time between expeditions, I've been accumulating valor tokens, which is like so cool. The only bad thing about that is it makes me feel like I have to do the expedition because, you know, you guys are obviously pushing me to do it. So yeah, in a way, I probably will push for it. It is kind of, you know, worth it because at the end you can at least take a Transcendent Valor Triad if you want that, which I guess is the ultimate long-term. You know, you could sell a bunch of your triads eventually and buy an item you really want for your build, or buy a year's worth of Luneri membership, or half a year plus hundreds of keys. You could also use your triads. I mean, I think 5 Transcendent Triads for Aetherian Core is pretty intense. That's a lot. Although I'm sure Aetherian Core is cool, but I can't help but feel like it comes with its own issues. Like, you probably need quite a lot of energy to use Aetherian Core. I mean, if you think about it, 5 Transcendent Triads, like, that's at least 50, like 75k engine. Oh, it's too expensive. It's too good. Like, it's too expensive to keep. OJS says, I'm not sure what to gun for, but I don't have time to grind the event, so I will claw myself forward with a mythical weapon or some cool artifact. Yeah, exactly. And I guess the key is clawing. Then you gotta crawl dungeon crawler. That's all we're playing. Not a dungeon runner. So, true to its name. Yeah, I think maybe that's also the issue. I've kind of been quite loose with my engine. And again, I've been playing the expeditions, like not really wanting anything specific. I've just been doing it because I thought, all right, I'm gonna need these, these other fragments for like better resources. I mean, I'm not like fully stacked at all, but I've got a bunch of these ones. I've got 2 of these. I think I used one of these. 7. No, I haven't even used these yet. So like, I still need a few of these to be able to max out tools and armor, but I'm so far from being able to do that. These will just rot in my stash until I actually reach those milestones. At least it's kind of covered. So that's just like a long-term investment in my account. And yeah, I did sold these triads last time, or in the last expedition. At the moment, right now, they're not worth a hell of a lot in dollar value. So it's like, if you wanted to buy into the expedition with cash, it's probably the cheapest it's ever been. So it's like, it might even be good time to do that. Pick up some good items. But also like things like Ethereum Core 80,000. I mean, that's kind of what it should cost. That seems like a fair price for what it is. Let's have a look here. We're looking at these Arcas rings, right? 18k. I mean, that's maybe one item I would like. What else? I don't actually know. Like, anything I get now will be cool, but it would be such an incremental improvement. Unless I somehow landed an empowered Abyssal Dominator. Also 20,000 engine, hell of a lot. I tried this thing, Dark Hearts Medallion. It's pretty cool, but it's a dangerous game. Maybe Bane of Immortals would be fun as a melee player. But yeah, or even your War Pledge could be cool. Just get the damage decrease. These are just fun, I've kind of like, maybe Berserker's Band. Give me some melee damage and movement speed again. Could also be nice. No, I don't know. I'm not like super motivated, to be honest. Noise stash of frags. That will cover your 17 weeks. I haven't done any calculations on that. No, it definitely won't. OJS, you need... So my little stash is not nearly enough. Hey, Argantas, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream, dude. Where you been? Nice to have you here. It's definitely not enough, dude. You need, without the help of valid tokens, right? You need 510 green artifacts, or green arcane fragments. Sorry, I'm just like completely forgot what they were called. You need 340 blues, and you need 170 epics. Like, it's a hell of a lot of fragments or engine or something, right? But you can also do the entire expedition's bounties. You have the fragments. You can do it all in like 10 days or 2 weeks if you are willing to grind. Ah, nice. That's cool to hear, Agantis. He says the weather's been nice in France, enjoying time away from the computers. Yeah, bro, as you should when the weather's good. I've been doing good as well. Also been busy. It's my birthday tomorrow. Literally on update day, which is quite cool. I've got the day off, but I will be doing some stuff. But maybe we'll do a little. I can foresee myself just getting lost in the update for the day, and then doing some family stuff, going out for breakfast. So I'll probably be on and off the stream tomorrow. But if you guys want to come hang on my birthday, check out the update. That would be super cool. Drink a birthday beer with me, you know? Come on. What a gift. Yeah, how's that for a gift, eh? Not bad. I mean, in a way, I also did work a little bit on the next update, so it's also a bit of a gift to everyone else, too. But not nearly enough to know what the hell it's going to be. I'm a bit of a rogue when it comes to contributing to projects. I just like, there's something I want to do, I just do it, and then I like throw it at the the developers or the project managers and be like, this is what I think is wrong with your project. Here's the solution I created. And then they often will go, thanks. You know? Or they just won't reply. They think I'm crazy. No. I can confirm that this next Colossus will probably be more monstrous. So there's probably no need for voice. He'll probably just be like, it's not like a sentient being, like a shadow warrior like Conqueron was, or whatever. That, and also because of the nature of the game, you have to play hundreds and hundreds of runs of the same content over 17 weeks. Having voice lines, I still feel like Velora's lines were better because it was like attack lines, less like dialogue. I mean, how many seasons of Kamehameha did we hear? And it was more of a signature than like an annoyance. So, yeah, I think if we do voice again, it'll maybe be in a different way, but like, I don't know. Also, like, it's Cliff's project. He can do whatever he wants too. So, yeah. But either way, no, it wasn't that. It won't be. But after complaining about last one, I'd hope no more talks. What? Colossus yapping. Yeah, no, exactly. There won't be. There won't be that. But yeah, I think, again, implementation-wise, it could have been the thing where, you know, it's like a special move, or even shorter lines. Or maybe the first time we have the Colossus, you get like a tiny little cutscene. That like, you know, even if it's just like, whatever, a little intro animatic, it's not even necessary. It was cool. It's something we tried. I thought Velora was very cool. Conqueron was also cool. It's just maybe we didn't have like enough time to maybe flesh it out further. Maybe have like more variation and shorter lines. Like maybe the first time you see him, his lines are longer, and then every time after that you can just skip the dialogue. You know, like can't skip the first one, or can't skip the first one of that day's grind or something. I don't know. Could have been. There's lots of different ways. Yeah, exactly, because you're not. I think any scenario in any game where a player is forced to wait, you know, you are demanding their attention when you tell them to wait, right? So their mind is taken off something. Now psychologically they are like, okay, I'm waiting. How are you entertaining me while I'm waiting? So it's the kind of thing where, yeah, I was surprised that he went with more of like a wait and listen, even though it was only a couple seconds at a time. I guess for the hot sweaty grinders of this game, people are. It really wasn't even that long. It was literally a couple seconds. But again, there are lots of different ways that it could have been done. I think. Like it would have been cool, first time he introduces himself. I am Conqueror, and then maybe like, every other time that you come back, it's just straight into Dark Legions rise, and while he's talking, they're rising, and you're fighting. So it's like background chatter, like that's also cool. Still adds vibes. And I mean, every other game that I know kind of does that. Bosses have signature lines, they have signature moves that they announce their special attacks before they're gonna do it, Yeah, exactly. I think it's cool. Maracas is live as well. And Matar, I know you are listening out there, brother. Thank you for the shout out there, man. Yeah, sweet. That's very sweet of you. Thanks for the shout out, you legend. But yeah, exactly. When you're sitting and you don't have a lot of time to play, now you're forced to wait, and you're doing something that also requires you to use your potions, which are expensive, so you're using your gold just to like have a chance at getting some definite fragments. I guess all those things, when you stack them on top of each other, like builds frustration, Also, even what I'm doing now, like I'm actually like wasting pendant time in a way, because yes, I'm making progress on reach, but I'm not making tons of gold, but I'm not spending gold, right? If I do Descending Nightmares, even though the vaults are still worth more than a bond or two, I think they're actually under 2 bonds now, which is like they used to be 3. That was way more sustainable. Now it's kind of like you're lucky if you can sell it. It's almost better to find your gold elsewhere. But yeah, I'm interested to see what the Titan Forge equipment is going to be like. I'm guessing it's like, maybe the premise is the Titan or the Colossus is so powerful that normal artifacts and weapons just won't work. We need to forge new weapons to take them on, whatever. We need to learn about the Titan, learn its ins and outs through training and fighting against it, so we can improve our weapons. Maybe something like that, I don't even know if there'll be any narrative. That's a good enough reason. No, exactly. Yeah, Fuerca, I feel like I haven't seen you in the game much, bro. Have you been busy, huh? I remember for a while you were also like going hard on the streams, grinding pretty hard on the daily. Just couldn't keep it up, eh? Yeah, that's why I kind of do. I mean, there's obviously some weeks I'm live more than others. It's also been kind of school holidays on my side, so generally I have a bit more time. But I've also been busy with gigs and stuff, so yeah, it all kind of balances out. But I have just been trying to honor my content creator role and do my weekly stream, even if it is only an hour or 2. I mean, that's still pretty nice. Oh, you haven't been playing at all? Shame, bro. What was the shift? Have you been playing any kind of NFT based games? You go over to Etherscape or Seraph or Six Dragons or Into the Multiverse. Let me actually show you guys that game. It's so fun. See if I can get it loaded up here. Alright, cool. It's good to see a lot of people will be streaming too. Be sure to give me a birthday shout out. Come on. Let me see if I can load this game up. It wasn't loading for some reason. new Firefox. Come on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Seraph, yeah, that'll be tomorrow, man. Tomorrow is the birthday vibe. Seraph was cool. I mean, it's basically like straight up Diablo copy, but it wasn't bad. Like Diablo meets Path of Exile. I think the drops were pretty. Oh, it's working. That's hilarious. Okay, hold up. Let me see if let me show you guys this game. Sorry. It's just so loud. It doesn't have to be so loud. Right, look at this. You guys ready to go into the multiverse? Have you played this one? Good. Hold up. Let me just do this on quick. Alright, I think I got it working. Hold up. Let's see. Yeah. Check this game out. So no, it doesn't actually. Just gonna squeeze it in. Alright. Let me show you this if you haven't seen it. So you can load up. You basically got these runners, which are just like character skins. The only check you have in the beginning. Speed 17, jump 15, whatever. You can buy some things here. If you have these multiverse NFTs, you can get characters, keys.
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Oh, she's got voice acting. Yeah. There's bananas.
Stay in school, kids.
Okay, let's equip that, Archspire. Let's actually use this AM first. Let's go get some bananas. So your multiverse items carry over, which is pretty cool. You can see here. Basically one of those run and jump games, if you haven't seen it already.
Bring it on.
Okay, this is like a bonus round though. Just try and collect this one. Figure that the jump dash is the quickest. Feels like a mobile game. Yeah. Well, it's basically modeled after Subway Surfer. 90% AI, yeah. I wouldn't trust a game like this by any means. Well, it's probably not going to stick around, is it? I mean, they still had to make it on Unity and put this all together and stuff. It does link to your Ember wallet or whatever. Yeah, you see, basically, you run out of time, get as many bananas as you can. Done. Then, for some reason, that audio bugs out. And then you just go again. But, you have to watch it now. You're gonna do. Not watch it. So, wait. 10 seconds. Ridiculous. But they are. This is basically into the multiverse. You can farm Ember Essence just by doing a few of these. Okay, this is the actual normal game. You get blocks that extend your time. Then you buff your character with speed, jump height. Obviously, if you have a nice clean run, get further. I'm not quite sure what the so that's some of the essence there. You need to get like 300 of them or something in total. Then your score also for the multiverse event, you need to get like 5,000 score total. Which means grind. But I found getting the upgrades going sideways. Like for instance here. Waste time. And cross. Whoa. Speed. Not that it matters, you basically cap at a certain point. There's no ways you can get so good. Or at least I haven't found that many buffs that I get so fast that I just maintain. They wouldn't want you actually to win the game. And you get this annoying song. Like they could have at least made 2 songs. They're gonna use AI, you know. Okay, so we'll get the double the jump, we'll go fire, we'll go back up. Yeah. Ooh, those are tough. It is weirdly like speed. An arch spire, what that does gives you extra lives. So we're getting some nice speed. Let's go jump. Jump right here. Just skip everything else. Sideways here. Oh, that's a crazy jump. Can I jump all the way up? Oh, almost. No. Probably could jump back. Like running on Snake Way. All they have to do is make a Dragon Ball Z game. You run as Goku. On an endless Snake Way. Yes. Get the speed. Go. That. Go. Also found out you can do like a break that and then go over the top. Good jump there. Get both the buffs. Oh no! Oh! That was close. That's a crazy jump. Yeah, I think here, see I've obviously got like no time left. This is usually where I fail. About the same everywhere, each time. Yeah, that's basically it. You go round and round. Round and round and round forever. It's funny, and also the ad is the same ad each time. Yeah, so not the best project. I mean, they still made it. You can get different character skins. I think if you like unlock the, you hold one of the Genesis shards, you can start grinding towards unlocking the skins, which is cool. But I also wonder, like, how long is this game going to be around? As you said, you're supposed to now invest engine into playing it. And the developers haven't fixed like a basic voice audio issue, you know, at the end of the runs. It's like, probably not. But in terms of the game concept, I mean, it's nothing new. I've seen runner survival games. First one was Dungeon Runner, wasn't it? Jungle Runner. I don't even know what the point is supposed to be. I'm just running straight this time. Get better. Maybe we should. Strategy, we'll just go left or right. Forwards only. Go back. And of course you can get crystals that you can use to buff your speed. Which you can just pay for, or you can find them. Double speed. Hit the speed. You know, it's straight up arcade game. Double time. 3. You can make a clean jump. Oh, it's a waste. Ooh, there's a crystal up there. I don't think I can. Probably could have jumped. Yeah. Okay, let's go this way for change. Oh, there's a clock. Hit the clock. No, there's no other clocks. This is about the same place where I failed last time. Done. And round it goes forever and ever. Now you've seen it. The worst thing about this game is that song. And when you turn it off in the settings, it plays anyway. Which sucks. Let's see the challenges. Engine quest. Oh, I need 6 more flames. Are you kidding me? Okay. Let's go again. 400 points. I don't know what that is. We'll watch the same engine ad. The world's most useful gaming item. Use it in 10 games. Hey, Lost Relics. What is this? War of Ants. Into the multiverse. Oh, cool. Bezogia. Look at this game. Mummy.io. What is that? The 6 dragons. Axiomech. Kadars. The Ethoscape. Ethoscape is decent. I haven't actually seen this one. Pentos games. Infinite possibilities. Yo, Mummy.io looks good. Alright, we've seen enough. Let's go. Let's get our 6 more. What is it? 6 more flames. That's what we're going for.
Bring
Go.
it on.
Yeah, that's the goal. 6 flames. We can at least score some more multiverse essence. Yeah. And the flame. 1. All that this game did, it made me want to go play like actual Sonic Dash. Remember that one? It's actually like really good. Oh, yes. Flame here. Oh, almost. 4 flames. There we go. 5 flames. There we go. 6 flames. Now we're on a run here. Don't know what the point is. Maybe as you get more coins, you unlock more things. Yeah, give me all the stuff. Amazing. The magnet's pretty good. Gives you basically everything. I think it's like everything that's loaded on the map. Believe me, it's actually the game is harder than it looks. It is a little bit like I'm showing you the secret techniques here where you actually go back. You don't actually run. Great. It's better to get more things in the time that you have than to try and get further. Up there. Oh, missed the thing. That's a waste of time. Quick. Get the jump. Oh. Oh, we're up to 28 speed. That's crazy. That's insane. Let's try to get to 30. I don't think I've done that. Oh, this is crazy speed actually. That was insane speed. I also get the speed. No. I haven't seen any more speed. Oh, there was one up top. Going up the jump. Oh, double speed. Let's go. 29. 30. 30 speed. I'm gonna go through here on the time. No! Okay, we're just going for clocks here. Oh, she missed it. She missed it. No, I'm dead. That was pretty far though. Yo, 30 speed is where it's at. Alright, let's see if we can flame our So yeah, that's it for Into the Multiverse. Just get 300 flames. Give me it. 313. Yes. Accumulated banana stockpile. That's never gonna happen to me. And all-time score. You need 5,000. I mean, we're about halfway, and there's a couple of days. I mean, I guess you could just grind it out for essence, but I don't know why. Alrighty. Thought I'll just show that to you guys for a little bit of a lull. What did you think of Into the Multiverse? I want to hear the true full crit. Alright, we're back in. What are we chasing? We don't know. Probably just go do my Vulture tokens. Do a couple of Nightmare Vaults. Call it a night. Or a couple of Nightmare Vaults. I mean, Descending Nightmares. I actually wonder how Gods Unchained is doing. Remember that game was actually so good. I think you can even play it on mobile now. You mentioned mobile games. Good old Gods Unchained. They had the whole competitive tournament thing going. Yeah, the collectors, they are just ripping though. Like, if you don't have a deck now, your starter deck is not gonna get you very far. Man, at least Lost Relics doesn't have ads. Maybe the stream does though. Sorry about that. I've tried to snooze them. I think all my ad snoozes are. Oh no, I've got one snooze. Okay, we've got to do. Yeah. Only another 158 runs to go. Not so bad. What? Who? What? Oh, what game are we looking at? Hey, what's up, Dutch Empire? Are you watching the stream? I see you chatting inside Lost Relics. Yeah, that game we were playing, if you are still listening, that was something called Into the Multiverse. So if you want to understand a little bit more about the multiverse, Fire Essence quest. That's something that's going on right now. I think there's still like 7 days of it. I only came in like 7 days ago, so. I think there's like 5 engine projects that you can get involved with to try and just at least stack some fire essence. So the whole point of the project is to introduce currently active engine projects to more people and get players kind of playing and using their multiverse items across the multiverse. Sweet, bro. Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Nice to have some new names in the chat. So yeah, into the multiverse. It's just that dungeon runner thing. Just gotta jump, run, see how far you get. It's very simple and kind of weirdly addictive in its simplicity. But yeah, you're gonna suffer just listening to that song. I would say just turn the sound off and play without sound. Which is sad because the little effects and things are not so bad for a browser game. I mean, I'm not giving it like not like, wow, that's a damn good game. No. But it's cool that you can take your Aeon Clips key across Arch Spire. And another game that is actually very well put together, and also ever since an old Lost Relics friend of ours, Dirty Nico, he went across, and I think he's been helping the developers of Escape do some design stuff. The game's actually looking very nice. If you think of games like Terraria, where you survival craft, like Minecraft-y, where it's low poly, it's not about how good the graphics are. It's more about like, the mechanics and building up the character. They've got some really nice like NPCs that also do like flesh out the world and the story and stuff. So Ether Escape is solid little project. And there's plenty to do, like in terms of they load you with like daily quests. Good loop in terms of like crafting items. You grind up, salvage the stuff you don't use or the crap you find, and then use the resources to craft the possibility of getting something good. And then that loop goes round and round, which there's nothing wrong with that. Similar to Six Dragons as well. There you have to get through like gathering, tier-based gathering in order to progress properly to another area, which is maybe something I wish I understood earlier, because then I would have maybe like stopped my XP progression and then you grind gold and then grind your gathering so that you can still get the resources you need to craft. I think that's why. You can actually level up your character pretty quickly, but then the problem is your crafting. And that game is all about like crafting. You actually want to find recipes, and you will find them. Ultimately, you will actually get them. Especially if you like level up your character and then you go and find like a super awesome recipe, but then you can't make it because you didn't work on your gatherings, so you can't get the resources you need. You can't refine the resources you need, so it's also pretty good. When you say the graphics are great now, what are you talking about? Are you talking about Etherscape? Whoop. Oh no! I think we just got a crash. That is a crash, isn't it? Oh no, Lost Relics, no! No! Game crash, lol. Yep, we got a crash. Okay, let's see. Why is that happening? Check something here. Might have just had a memory leak. Oh yeah, Lost Relics. Yeah, I mean Lost Relics it's getting better and better. I mean, when last did you play? Did you just also check it out very surface level? I'll load up again now. Year ago. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've got WASD. I don't know if you played back when it was all still with a mouse only. Let's load up again. Let's see. Maybe not. I think it was maybe a memory. Hey, Porsche, what's up, brother? Oh, you pulling in with a raid. Thank you, dude. Oh, you legend. Thank you so much. Hope you had a cool stream as well. A nice chill grind. Yeah, taking it pretty easy here. I got one more snooze on the ad break, guys, so I'm gonna snooze that. Will be an ad sometime, so. Stream gotta pay for itself somehow in time. I think I'm almost at like a, what's it, like $100 threshold or something, where Twitch will pay me like $100 for the stream, which is pretty cool. So what I'll do then, I'll take that $100 and I'll just pour it straight back into membership or something. We'll see. HBD Nick. What does HBD mean? HBD. How's it, brother Nick? How's it, brother Duke Nick? I don't know what HBD is. But yeah, thanks for putting in, Porsche. We are just merrily hacking and slashing our way through Terror Descent. 100 XP. Oh, happy beer day. Ah, got you. Ah, legend. Thanks, brother. I'm literally drinking one right now. The pre-birthday beer. And tomorrow, we'll see. Maybe we'll do a nice morning wake up, early morning coffee stream. And then I'm off for like a breakfast birthday date with my partner. And then some other plans later too. But I'm probably keen to just chill. Got the day off. So yeah, we'll probably be streaming most part of the day. We'll see. Definitely checking out the updates if you guys want to be come hang, talk and chat and chill and ask questions, and we can do it. But I don't know if you guys are all working and what your time zones are. Oh, that's very sweet. Hidden Hero, what a legend. Thank you, bro. Coming out of the blue. Yeah, birthday will it's actually tomorrow. It's literally on update day. So, but all the early birthday wishes are very sweet. Thank you, guys. Don't I have the... Surely I can wear... Isn't there a birthday title or something, City? I am always hidden. Of course he is. He's the hidden hero. The ninja of the night. What's up, bro? I hope you had a good Sunday stream. I know that's your day. I think for one Sunday, I was finally at home for a change and live. And I finally saw the moment when you go live. So now I know where your time is. Yeah, we're like on polar opposites of the planet. Usually it's like I've like been streaming for a long time, you know, I'm like dehydrated and you know it's done. I'm like on the last run. And then yeah, that's when you go live for the Sunday. You actually like start in the afternoon, isn't it? Yeah. Are you excited about the update? What are your thoughts? I mean, there's obviously quite a lot of controversy around it. We've got an increasing difficulty coming. But I'm a picky listener. I could choose any other tube stuff, but if you are on, I will go for your stream since you actually talk when you play. Ah, well, I don't always talk, eh? Sometimes I'm a bit quiet. You know, it also comes down to personality, and if the chat is alive, I'm pretty good with chatting when the chat chats. You know, if the chat's chatting, I can chat. We can chitty chat. If the chat is chat, you know, we can do that. But yeah, thanks for being here. I mean, we're talking about good old Lost Relics, the game that we all actually deeply love to play and have high hopes for. I think we're all here because we believe in the project, we want it to grow. And if you think of it like that, there's still thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people out there who don't even know this game exists, right? Like, that's a pretty crazy thought. Because to us, it's like second nature, you know? We've been playing it for hours and hours, for days and days. Yeah, Hero says, yeah, so if you want to catch Hero's stream, he's live from about 1 to 2 p.m. I think it's Eastern time. Could be wrong. Maybe you are Eastern Standard Time. Are you West side? I don't actually know. Anyway, if you're playing on Sundays, I'll probably be live. Hero will be live. Some of the oldest standing Lost Relics grinders will be live. Be sure to tune in. There's always some new streamers as well. Go show them some love and support. Hero says he thinks the update might make or break the game, in your opinion. Why do you think everything hinges on this one update out of like the entire timeline of Lost Relics? Why would this update be so pivotal? Is it because you feel recent changes have made the game harder for people? Do you feel like they can't sustain that gold grind? I mean, it is one of the biggest ones. I mean, we're going after all these years of having to hoard and hold items and, you know, face insufferable drop rates because of our what would we call them? The limited collectibles, meaning that, you know, you have to grind hard to get something. And that's always been the case. I suppose there are always bugs, but I mean, that's, I mean, who knows? Maybe they really have managed to actually put something really smooth together. But we know how it goes. Like, there's always, it's never gonna be like perfect on day one, and I think they usually know what their end goal for the game should kind of be, because they think of these things, and then obviously have to try it with real players and see real reactions and, you know, move around with that. But it's like, I think they might over tweak in the beginning so that when they do the fine changes, it's closer to what they originally wanted anyway. Like, I don't know, Hero, I know you've been around for a long time, pretty much. Like, I mean, if not longer than me, but we've pretty much have been playing for a similar amount of time. We'll probably go check the stats. I don't know. Maybe you've been around longer, I've been around longer, it doesn't matter. But I know that you will remember. Do you remember back when we had Obions in the game? Those little armored mummy dudes. There was like a mage one and like a knight one. And do you remember that one update where they were just getting so annoyed with us, complaining about the game being too easy or whatever? And then the one update, they just like, they just made all the mobs super tanky, like just buffed all of their armor stats. So they all had like tons of health, and then every spawn point where a monster would spawn, like, you know, one ghoul, they just multiplied it by 3. And they went live with that, and everyone was just getting completely flattened. And that obviously was like just a lull, you know, like no one wants to play that kind of game. But I feel like they were at least brave enough to kick their own castle over, you know. Oh, you got an ad. All right, 1 minute. Thanks for the heads up. We'll be back in 40 seconds. So suppose if you're watching on YouTube, you're not getting that ad. You're only going to see the ad on Twitch. Because at the moment, YouTube is still not, the YouTube side of life is not monetized. Alright, welcome back after that ad. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, obviously, I know ads don't make a hell of a lot of dollar, but over time, they do add up, and every now and then, you get a nice little payout, and that's cool. You know, just for sitting and playing games, it's cool to get something back every now and then. So, thank you for lending me your ears and your eyes. You can always mute the ads. I think you can mute that. I don't know. Cat food and Uber Eats and stuff, you know, whatever it is you are into. But yeah, what I was saying about the developers, you know, like when we have those Obions back then, and they just like, the whole community was complaining about something. I don't know what the drama was at the time, but they just decided to make the game super hard for everyone. And then I don't know if you remember when WASD movement first came out, right? We would have like maybe 10 monsters per adventure. And we had like the whole thing where now the camera, it's more about like where you look and how you move and WASD and reading the monsters' attack patterns. Because we used to have a much simpler combat system where you didn't actually need, it was very, wasn't skill based, it was just purely item based. Like you just run, swing, you would always have to trade health. Or if you mastered the back step, you could literally just rhythm your way through the game, which it is still kind of like that, but now monsters have like individual attack animations, different running speeds, different like damage. You know, we've got different types of monsters. They still kind of all do the same thing. You can basically still like run your way around them. But I remember that one update, you'd have like when Grave Walkers came out. Do you remember when those monsters first came out? They were so strong. They could do like, I don't know, maybe they are hitting about the same damage right now, but they were like hitting like 300, 400 damage. And no one could figure out, like, initially, I mean, we all died, like, horrible deaths. Trying to figure out how to kite these dudes. No, took a second to adjust, as it does. I think tomorrow is going to be exciting. I mean, we've got new things coming to the game. I think that's great. And not only are we getting a full expedition with new methods of taking on a Colossus, we're getting a new Colossus. We're getting, which obviously will come with its own Odyssey/adventure. We obviously will get new seasonal artifacts. Hey, what's up, Bordell? See you changed your name, your Twitch name color, bro. What's up? Welcome. No, the update is not out yet. I think it's gonna be about 9 hours from now, if they're right on time with their estimated downtime and maintenance. I mean, they might even be up before that. Basically, update will happen. We hope for them to change it based on our feedback, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, that's what's been happening for all these years, you know. I remember when the major and minor attacks came out, I was pretty I don't know. I think it was the first time where an update I felt like it actually affected me in like a negative way. For the most part, I've always been pretty positive about the updates. And then, yeah, I just felt like my warrior, because I'm a sword swinger, right? I run around, that's what I do. Swing my sword about, pretty basic. But I suddenly just felt like my transcendent sword, you know, good old World Slayer. You know, you're also a fellow World Slayer brother. It just felt like weak. I don't know, it felt weak on Transcender maps. And back then, that was the only place you could use that item, right? So I was like, yeah, maybe it's the rest of my build. Maybe I don't have mythical artifacts buffing this thing to 9. or I have to use potions on top of it. But it just felt so like I remember playing mythical maps before I found the T weapon, and like I had my build like it was so good. I could like hybrid one hit, most monsters. I had like a rain of fire, alt core amulets, and things were good. Then expedition came out, gave up my items, and I just started feeling like I was getting weaker. I was degressing. And then the mages and miners come out, and I just felt like I couldn't kill anything, and you're overwhelmed as a sword user. And obviously you have to like actually learn, how can I use these things to my advantage. Like obviously now the tiered based health systems with the monsters, that also made a big difference to a lot of people. Where like, especially the necromages, they used to be like a one hit, almost like a guaranteed one hit. And then it got to a point where if you're not getting a crit, or you don't have a potion, or you're not using a minor or something, you can't one hit them. Or in a scenario where like you're not using a bow at all, so you don't have a bow minor to just take care of the ranged mobs and then go back to your melee or whatever. Like the bow just started feeling like a little bit not OP. I mean, it uses a lot of energy. I get it, same as magic, but I was just feeling so sour about it. I remember being like, why is melee so weak? And that was probably the only time I voiced my opinion about something I didn't like, for the most part, in Discord and stuff. And I was like trying to suggest things and changes, but it actually, they balance things out. Like, giving the ranged attack a bit of a stun, cool, adjusting the energy usage a little bit. They just made these small tweaks that eventually, like, maybe they adjusted some of the monster health. It was like small things that just felt a little bit better. Even being able to like take your strong items into lower maps gives you the power of choice. Like if you feel like taking on a challenge, you can do that. It's not like you need a whole nother loadout. You can hold on to your best stuff and then maybe even let go of some of your other stuff. Yeah, yes, of course there is a gore effect. That'll be new to you if you haven't been here for about a year. So the gore effect is, I guess, is all the blood that splatters on the ground, and when the monsters also explode sometimes. Hero says, for the most part, I'm just not used to change. That's why I'm kind of worried about this update. For them giving us small, consistent updates rather than a huge one that took a month. That's just me. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to adapt. We're gonna die. Like, we're just gonna have to accept that there will be deaths. Luckily now, the only thing we lose are consumables that we take in, and having to use some to heal back up again. Which isn't too bad. Yes, it's a bit of gold here and there, but it's not like we're losing XP or not really losing tools or items or virtuals or anything like that. It's just consumables, which are pretty valuable right now. So I guess we'll have to do that thing where we like try the low tier maps out and then you slowly climb through the tiers again. That is usually like an update custom. And it's also nice to know like how are newbies feeling on lower tier maps. Like how will they do on the basic map? How much harder is the uncommon compared to the common tier, all those kinds of things. It's always like, you can't just dive straight into the new update. I mean, I know what ends up happening. The first like hour or two, or even like my first sit down session on a new update, I probably don't even do an adventure. I just try and like orientate, like try figure out like where everything is, trying to read up on the new items. I still haven't really even looked at all the prestige stuff. Like that was overwhelming too. Yeah. Prestige. I mean, all of this. Prestige is amazing, but it's just so slow and long term. Like I ended up going. Maybe should have gone with gathering. I only had 4 though. Thought I would have had 10% in gathering. Yeah. Off speed, you can run faster. I mean, that's also cool. Production. Transcendent artifacts. That's what everyone wants. All tiers are added. What does this crown do again? Crazy items, yo. We'll get there one day. Yeah, it'll take a second to just get used to the new updates. But we are getting item circulation, if I recall. So you can shatter your collectibles, get some shatter core. I'm guessing we're getting unique recipes, whether those are something that you have to drop or earn or buy or trade. There'll be a new chase to be able to chase down recipes to be able to craft stuff. Maybe a collection of recipes is a new thing. Maybe you also feel then inclined to want to buy a bunch of collectibles that are cheap right now just to shadow core them. So you end up stimulating the circulation because there's a nice big chase. I foresee that happening. And then that's obviously beneficial for the whole game and for everyone playing it. Now there's more stuff to find. Maybe our end chests start dropping some new things. And then of course we've still got the existing layer of arcane fragments. I mean, they still said when Expedition came out and all of that, they were like, this is not the full picture yet. That was something they still said. So they're like, just try and enjoy it for what it is right now. And just know that it's not the full picture. Like everything we're doing now, their pillars we're laying down so that we can move on to co-op and build the game more into its like final stage, which is huge. We got another house coming out in Verdun and a marketplace, so you can trade from there. You can just move your whole life out to Verdun. What else? You're also getting the pet cleanse ability. These adventures are getting harder and the debuffs are lasting longer. You're getting stackable potions as well as per adventure potions, which obviously as the game is now, that sounds bad, right? Because we're thinking, oh no, 10 minutes of potions, you know, I can do 2 or 3 adventures. Maybe it's the kind of thing where you don't even need your potions in the Frostfang event. Or maybe you do. I mean, that kind of sucks, because obviously before you could do like, how many could you do? You could do like 3 or like 2 and a bit Odysseys back to back with 1 set of potions. Now it's the kind of thing where you can only do 1, but maybe you get resources along the way to try and balance it out. But we also know these things don't really. It's always a bit of like a descending earning thing, and the only way to overcome it is to play a lot. So, or to buy membership or something. So we'll see. We'll see what like mechanics reveal themselves. Either way, we should all feel a little bit more motivated to play if you're not feeling it. I see who's lurking here. Capoeira, what's up, brother? You don't greet anymore. I see you lurking there, bro. Hiding in the shadows. Yeah, I finally got my Twitch thing telling me who's lurking again. So that's cool. Why am I doing Terror Descent? I don't know. I don't actually know, guys. I think I'm just waiting because tomorrow we can probably start getting more longevity out of your Descending Nightmare keys. Makes more sense to do level 4, level 5 if you're just going for Descending Nightmare. Hellfire also progresses you faster towards your vault. You could do 6 Hellfires a week and get a vault, or whatever, a day, however many you want. And that's just what Hellfire level 1 is 4, so 5, yeah, 6. You could do like level 3 Hellfire, like what, 4 times is 28? Yeah, so about 5 to 6 times you're getting an overlap on your Nightmare Vaults. Bro, my breach level is very bad. I'm not even 10 yet, man. I'm literally on 9 only. I've been very slow with that. I don't have the keys. I haven't been like super excited just to like endlessly grind that. Because it's a descending, again, it's a gold sink at the moment. It was pretty good in the beginning. You could sell vaults to buy keys, to keep selling, or to keep going, to sell, to go, to sell, to buy. But that wasn't really like super motivating for me. So I would like grind out a vault, and then sadly I opened up quite a few of them and got nothing. Got some fragments or whatever. And then, then you're sitting without gold. Because if you spend all your time there in Descending Nightmares, you're not actually like making gold necessarily. Especially if you're only doing like level 3 over and over. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. I mean, I've got this annoying quest just sitting here. And this also costs me 0 gold. Except you could look at it being like, well, it costs you pendant time. Which essentially costs you gold. So everything costs you something in this game. But yeah, we make up for it with mushrooms. I mean, we're on 13k worth of mushrooms, basically. It's quite nice. I figured out if I'm not distracted by streaming and talking, I can actually do these a little bit quicker than, like a 10-minute Descending Nightmares only gives me 300, but like a 2-minute level 1 gives you 100. So it's like, it actually works out a little bit quicker this way, and like I said, less of a gold melt, because it costs nothing. It would be quicker if I just used an epic sword, which I definitely have epic swords. But we're seeing progress, right? We see those numbers go up. Each little kill leads to something. But yeah, I think the gold grind thing, it's hurting a lot of players. I mean, a lot of players play the game and are motivated almost like only by trying to beat that gold grind curve. But if the goal starts feeling like so hard to do, then maybe it doesn't feel as fun. I mean, yeah, those gold buffs were cool, but they're also expensive. You put, 500,000 gold down? Like, 500,000 gold now. It's like, bro, you're rolling in it. It's like we don't have necessarily easy ways to make gold. Of course, there's the adventures. Get your enchanted stones. And I guess breach as well, like, it's a cool skill because it's nice that, or it's meant to, like, the way they've set it up, it's meant to be a long-term thing, right? the more you do something, the more interesting it gets over time. But like, what are we actually grinding and chasing so hard for? I know everyone's just excited because they want to finish the new stuff, right? There's always that. Wanting to be the first to get to whatever, level 70 or whatever. Which is so far and so expensive. So much gold, so many keys, so much Lunary, right? I don't think it's meant to be something you're supposed to do quickly. Because also if you look at like what you're actually getting, yes, you're getting a lot of XP and more eventually. Like if you max out, but only if you max out, right? Does it become the kind of thing where now you're like really reaping those XP benefits? Like that's like the last thing, right? It's so far away. So it's not really like, and also the game's getting harder each level. Think about it. Now there's more monsters to kill, and they're actually a little bit finicky, and they've got these like DPS effects and things, which are apparently going to get harder and longer. So it's kind of like also a bad thing, right? And all we're getting are these Axiom sigils and XP. And last I checked, the Axiom sigils, I mean, how many do I have? I don't have a lot of these things. No, I've only got 281 of it, right? You need 500 to get one epic fragment from this thing. Or what? One green or one blue. So it's kind of just like an extra thing. It's not even that important really. It's like a little side boost of the thing. So to be melting our keys and not considering how much the gold the keys cost versus how much you get for spending that key is just insanity actually. I don't know why we're doing it. To get the vaults, sure. Sell the vaults, maybe. Like to sustain the XP grind, possibly. But what are we actually getting? You're not really progressing, are you? Yeah, I think that progressive system is cool. What it will do though is obviously bring vault prices down. We might see the kind of scenario where Nightmare vaults become quite a lot cheaper than say Frostfall vaults or something. Which honestly don't which ones have the higher drop rate? Is it the Nightmares or the Frostfalls? Frostfalls have a slightly higher drop rate, but somehow I think they're people still sell them because it's an expensive thing to do. The truth about this game is if you want to do anything quick, you want to sprint, you're going to pay with your soul and your cash. Right? If you play the long game and you stay focused on maybe like one kind of central goal, like I'm not going to partake in expedition, I'm not going to feel baited, you know, I'm not going to spend my fragments. And you kind of just go with like a selling mentality. You go back to an old merchant. You might find that you actually have quite a bit of gold. You'll have some engine. But then what do you do with it? The only real solution you have is to either buy game time or to gamble, right? That's what it is. So you're always going to be resetting your stash, you know, in a way. Maybe the whole thing is to grind for a long time, build up a crazy stash, and then roll it. Roll it down to the beginning again, you know. And you start from fresh, and hopefully get something out of it. Even at that point, consolation prices add up. Because if you look at how like kind of pitiful consolation prizes are, it only makes sense if you're doing this on a large scale. So maybe that's what they're trying to what's the word, like encourage. That's what I'm trying to think. That's the word I'm looking for. They're trying to encourage long-term players. Stick around, grind a while, stack up some stuff, then roll it all on good luck, bad, then do it all again. I mean, let's not forget we do earn ourselves some collectible items that never disappear. You know, like it's permanent progression. You get a new sword, a new artifact. You finally get over that hump that you've been saving for months, years for some of us, right? You actually manage to lock in on a goal and stick to it, even if it means dodging, missing out on current content or something, and you just grind your way to that one goal, get your trophy item, and you can be like, yeah, achieved something. Feels good, but it's not easy. By no means easy. But we'll see. Maybe they also considering that. Maybe they're like, ugh, maybe our game is too grindy. And do you think they'll ever get to that realization? Oh no, we got another ad coming. No, in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I can't snooze it, guys. I've used up all the snoozes already. Maybe we'll just make tea or something. Yeah, I mean, what you said about the Sunny Nightmares progression system, I think what's good about it is that it motivates you to go deeper, which is the whole point of the game mode, right? Instead of doing these like short, shallow runs just to get XP, which I guess maybe they thought, come on, guys, you're burning your gold by doing this. Maybe they thought we would go deeper on each run to give the key value. Which we haven't really been doing, have we? Doing terrible shallow runs just to try rack up some XP. Oh wow, we crossed the 5k mark. I think I was on like 3k earlier today. But that's 2,000 kills just in Terra Descent. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. I think there's in Etherscape, there's a weekly kill goal. And you try to get 2,000 kills in a week. So like kind. But you'll find in that game, if you have crap items, it takes you quite a few hits just to kill like one creature. I'm very newbie on that side. Let's see how we're doing here. Breach. Are we making a dent? We're making a dent. It was only a little while ago it was sitting on 175 runs, or 17k. Now we're on 14 point something. We're going to be stacked with apples and mushrooms. Not a very good combination. Apples and mushrooms together. Maybe like mushroom risotto and apple pie. It's more like a 2-course meal than anything else. Everyone seems pretty quiet out there. You guys enjoying your grind? Oh no, you gotta add. Thank you for the heads up. And we're back. Hero, you're a very good co-pilot on the stream, bro. Thank you so much for checking in on the ads and stuff. So yeah, I mean, guys, for a long time I did stream without ads, but it really does help the streamer to have the ads going. Of course, you can always swing a Prime subscription my way, and I think that takes all the ads off the Twitch for you guys. If you see yourselves coming back and hanging on the stream, I think you've got Amazon Prime. I think those do the same thing. Obviously, subscriptions cost a bit of money, but I will be streaming at least once a week. And obviously, with the expedition, we're going to be grinding. So, yeah. And obviously, that just helps me keep the stream, or even the pastime of gaming, streaming, and doing game streams and chats and stuff. It just keeps it a bit more sustainable. So, thanks for being patient with that. I personally hate ads myself, but it does. Okay, let's we're just still hacking away at this. Mushrooms and apples. Yeah, but someone's paying for that ad, man. And I guess it's kind of all round and round it goes. Hopefully you guys are getting some good curated ads to your personal algorithmic tastes. Alright, let's see. Have we made a dent? 146. Let's go again. In the words of Christian Bale. What's everyone working on at the moment? You guys doing adventures, stacking enchanted stones? You doing isles? Are you running, setting nightmares, getting your bolts? I want to hear what you guys are working on. I feel like I've been talking a lot. Let's hear what's going on in the chat. Grind out there. Greater reaches of Lunaria. Relics. You guys are staying up for this update. I think what I'm getting my last time ever and calling it a day. Nice. Don't know where I left my last nightmare, but it might be on like 1, 2. Also, I was keen to do Frostfall Supremacy. I have a feeling that's going to get harder in the update as well. Like everything. But I figured I might need those keys for contract. Also, I wonder if Shadow Core will be something you can trade on the market, or if it'll be untradeable, like a one-way path. Then you have to spend Shadow Core on either a recipe or crafting, and then sell that item to get your engine back. Because they have been going this kind of untradeable route for a little while. I guess to stop like monopolizing on certain things, or maybe too much value being extracted. I don't know. I also foresee us getting something where we can like grind down our transcendence fragments or mythical fragments, because at a certain point you don't need those anymore, but you can still maybe end up getting them from the expedition. So like, will we be able to break those down into like a combination of epics and legendaries? That could be a cool deal. It'll actually be nice if I upgrade this thing. And I can do Terror Descent with a rare sword. It'll actually feel easier. Oh. Actually wonder what do I actually need to hand in to be able to do the do I need to give up like blue frags or something to upgrade this weapon? That's gonna be a tall order, to be honest. Maybe we'll do it just to say that we did it. Another trophy for the house. And I guess we're picking up some runes, bones, which are good for those. I mean, depending on the expedition quests, you know, you sometimes get those ones where you have to like produce 200 things, which is quite a lot. It's good to have stuff to produce. And I think bones and runes are great. It's a 1-to-1, not like a 3-to-1. Also, I think I saw in one of the those clips, I saw the character had like 62 Valdrith tokens. I don't know, will we be able to stack those beyond 10? Was that just for testing purposes? Maybe that was a test snap. Yeah, it might have just been a test now. Alright, let's have a look. I am sitting on an awkward number here. Let's see if we can get it down to like 140. It's pretty damn slow. Oh, we've crossed the 5k mark on the sword. Check something here. Tell me what I need. Alright, we'll do a couple more of these and then we'll probably call it a day. Just been very sillily chilling here doing this. Also jumping between a bit of Etherscape and Six Dragons. Like, I've really actually been enjoying the new, when I say the new Six Dragons, I just mean I haven't played Six Dragons since it first came out, and there's a few little changes they've made that are pretty cool. The thing that just annoys me most about the game is it's just so laggy. Even when you like drop the graphics down to its worst state, even if you drop the resolution down, it still kind of lags, which makes me think that it's got nothing to do with the actual graphics here. It's like just the hardcore processing the game has to go through because of the character models and stuff. So I think it's just not optimized, which is sad because I mean the game is actually got some nice things about it. You kind of just have to accept the jank. I mean, it runs much better inside the dungeons because those are smaller areas. But the open world can get pretty bad, especially in some of the areas where there's like rain. If you just happen to like move the camera one way, where it like you can see super far into the distance, it just goes full lag. I don't know, maybe if you're running like a supercomputer, it would be a little bit better. But even so, it's probably your computer's working much harder than it needs to do, you know, basic kind of game stuff. I think there's probably a better way they can lighten the load. Maybe decrease the view distance, you know, add like a fog so the game doesn't load everything whenever you look one way. I can remember when Cliff introduced the third-person camera to Lost Relics, we had that same scenario. Like when you looked down and into the distance, it basically like you could see the entire like endless Unity plane, and it would like load all of the background, and it would just be like super loaded, janky. And they fixed that so quickly. You know, like you need to know how to do these things, or be able to figure them out quickly. I just feel like that would be such a nice little quality of life improvement on the Six Dragons side. But it'll always kind of be a little janky, but still cool in its own little nostalgic way. But yeah, I think it would help Engine, man. It would help Engine so much if the games that were on it were not like typical, like almost like casino games, you know. If they were more like better produced, you know, maybe something where they want players to enjoy their project. There's more like love in the projects. You know, players can enjoy something just because it's made nicely. Not these like quick integrations, and they're like, look, we made a thing, great, collaborating. It's like, imagine if a AAA studio actually just decided, okay, cool, let's build something with Engine, and we had like, I don't know, a shooter or something, or like an action adventure game with a story, you know, something that is integrated with the Engine and is made well and looks nice and is like up to industry standard. Like, you know, I feel like that is Lost Relics among the other games. And the developers still claim that this is not a finished game yet. But it's a hell of a lot smoother than a lot of the other ones. And it's hard not to compare, obviously, because they're on the same network. They have similar themes, same kind of like timelines, swords and bows and magic and crafting. So yeah, I would definitely say Etherscape, in order of like polishedness, I would probably say Lost Relics at the top. Then Etherscape. I mean, Etherscape is pretty polished in terms of its like game loop and item, you know, monster variety and item varieties, the crafting. You know, but I guess it just sits in second place because I'm a Lost Relics fan. And maybe also just because of the style, but they've gone with a nostalgic look, which I think is cool in its own way. I've never checked out Raven Quest. I've got no idea what Raven's Quest is about. I just saw that like weird backwards isometric angle, and I was just like, why would you guys go with that? Like, you know, rather go like Breath of Fire style, or even old like Final Fantasy style, Pokemon. Even that is like top down, but it's like it still feels expansive. Yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't bash it. I haven't tried it. I just remember seeing the look, and I was like, oh, how do you play the backwards? And then Six Dragons. I feel like Six Dragons would be higher than Etherscape for me if it just wasn't so like super laggy in some places. Hey, a nice little void satchel here. not bad for level 1 Terror Descent, you know? We're still racking in some engine. Decent. Now I remember playing a bit of Seraph. Seraph was quite cool. It's on a different like blockchain though. But those items just also had those like unrealistic, like almost like the rug pull prices, you know. We've seen that all before now. Like those are players just setting disgusting prices. Alright, we can get down to 14K. We've done a good job. So I calculated this would have taken me like it would have taken me like 60 keys or something. But I've tried Six Dragons, it didn't really get to me. Ace Escape is good, but I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, Six Dragons, I mean, I don't know when last you tried it. I tried it again lately just because one of my regular, one of the regular peeps on the stream, Dr. Green Sir, fellow Serbian lurker on the stream, he plays it, and I think yeah, he kind of was like mentioning certain things about it. I was like, cool, let me check it out. And this engine, you know, essence event kind of got me to just go like, all right, cool, let me go see what is happening in Six Dragons again. And I haven't looked at it since like, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. And it hasn't changed like drastically. They've made like some improvements to the map. You've got a journal now. The towns don't just have 2 humans or 2 NPCs in it. You know, there's a bit of life around the towns. Like you don't feel like you're completely alone on this huge, desolate, laggy map. It's the same thing. You grind the open world to find keys and possibly recipes, and do wood cutting, mining, scavenging, which is also like foraging. I think it's the same thing, like mushroom foraging and plant foraging. And then you can refine those things into specific materials you need, recipes, craft items. And these items can be like equipped. Like you can make yourself boots, you can make yourself armor, but you need the recipe. So that's actually what you're grinding for. You're grinding to hopefully find cool recipe sets so you can, number one, make cool stuff for yourself, which if you put it on, it binds to you. If it's just a virtual item, it binds to your soul. But you can take those virtuals, and I think you can like forge them onto, so they go from an off-chain item to an on-chain item, and then that you can like sell. I mean, that's pretty cool. It's more like blacksmithing and adventure. And then of course there's the whole Six Dragons thing where you like slowly level up, get better gear, and go do your daily dragon runs. If you're in that place, you can do that. So like, it is good. Like I'm really not. I'm just commenting more on like the optimization. Like I was playing it a bit recently, and I've already found a few recipes. You also find lots of keys. Think of them like, you know, finding Descending Nightmare keys or like Frostfall keys. But you kind of find them out grinding the open world area. And as you're exploring the open world, you find these randomized portals, like rare dungeons, or and then in there you can find like ores, rare ores to make craft items. I think you fight monsters, fight a little boss at the end, get some possible drops. Sometimes you find a key inside the dungeon that you spent a key for, so it becomes like a sustainable grind. So yeah, it's good. It is good. You just gotta like, you gotta soak up the jank when you're on a certain area on the map, and it's just like raining, and the graphics system just, you know, if you get swarmed by like 4 monsters, it's like, it's jank. but I haven't uninstalled it yet. And I'm kind of like, it does have a cool chill vibe to it, in the sense that you just, you can build your warrior or your character in 3 different paths. I think you can be like a wizard, you can be a warrior, or you can be a cleric. Funny enough, not like there's no bows in that game, I don't think. It's sword, staff, or mace. And then you can combine the spells however you want. So you could be like, warrior mixed with, you're basically a spell blade or a battle mage, or, combat magic or healing magic. That's maybe actually what I need, to be honest. Some healing magic. I got wrecked by a open world dragon earlier today. This rift dragon spawned and just murdered me. It's, sad. I don't think that there's much of a death punishment. I think you just sends you back to like the first town. They've also got like land ownership. They've got like what would be like our Luniri. I think they've got something called Celestial, and you can grind that for gold in game, which is obviously quite a grind. One of those things where you have to like pick your game, but it's good. I haven't joined the Discord or anything yet, so I don't know like where the Discord community is. Like, I haven't like spoken to the developers or anything, so I'm not sure like what their roadmap is or anything like that, or how active those things are. I haven't like checked that out yet. But the game is on Epic Games, and it's free. And you can get it, and you can play it, and there's no reason you shouldn't. Go check it out. It's also not huge. Like, I thought it would be much bigger in download size. It's actually very reasonable. 10, 12, it's a similar size to Lost Relics, maybe like 15 max. So yeah, go check out Six Dragon. It's I do enjoy it. Like I said, you're not gonna get smooth camera movement. Drop the graphics and resolution down, it gets a little better, but okay, I am reaching, ladies and gentlemen, I'm reaching that point where snooze is kicking in. So I'm gonna do one final little run here. Welcome if you've just joined. I see some of you have just rolled in towards the end of the stream here. We will be back tomorrow. It will be my birthday stream, so be sure to come pull in for that. I will be on and off throughout the day just because I've got plans in the morning. I might actually just I thought of doing like a jump in the morning, just jump straight on the stream like first thing as it comes out. But I think what I'll do is I'll wait for it to, I'll just do my own. You'll see me in the general chat. We'll be chatting about it. I have a feeling there'll be a lot of people in other time zones who will be streaming already. So what I'll do is I'll jump on, say hi, blah blah blah, do that thing. Maybe check out some of the other streamers. Like Hero, I don't know, your time zone. Does it mean that by the time they do the update, you'll actually be? It's a good time for you, or does that end up in a weird time of day for when the game goes live again? For me, it's like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, which is fine, but I'll still be having my morning coffee and like making. And then I've got breakfast plans. Yeah, so I will be streaming, but maybe if you want, because I don't know if you're working or if you have the day off or something. I'm basically off tomorrow, so if you want, we could do a thing where like you could be live streaming on your side, I'll be streaming as well, but maybe we set up like a Discord call and we can like cross chat if you want, just to keep things like, I don't know, social. Otherwise, if you want to just interact with chats and do your thing, I also know what that's like. But it could just mean it's easier work for both of us, stream-wise. That'll be interesting. Maybe we can discuss things. What you like, what I don't like, what you do. All right, rad. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for you. And I'll reach out because I know we've been talking about it for a long time. Then we can load up a chat and try and make some sense of the madness. Cool. I'll pop you a little Discord. I know we are like all over the place time zone wise, but we'll see. If you're off, you're flexible, we can make it happen. Cool. So there you have it, guys. If you're sitting on the stream right now, tomorrow for a bit of a half Nightshade birthday stream, half update day stream, Hiro and I will be linking up on a Telmuth table, opening one up as a bit of a voice chat, dual stream. You can watch either on Hiro's stream or on mine. It doesn't really matter, but you'll be able to kind of interact with both of us. It'll be quite cool. We'll be discussing update stuff, how we feel about it, how confused we are. We'll try and answer questions. We'll see, obviously, what's exciting about new update days. Everyone is trying something new and struggling in their own way, and information is coming in from all angles and questions. So it'll be quite fun. So if you want to come hang out, I don't know what tomorrow is for you in your time zone, but for me it'll probably be like 12 hours plus from now. I would say that's probably fair. Putting us around 11 or midday my time. It's more of a bring your own Potel. But yeah, it will be a party. It will be a party. There will be beer, there will be good times, and yeah, you'll have an older night on the stream. But yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight. Yeah, BYOD. No. It's gonna be bring your own potions as well. At least they're stackable this time. Alright, I know I said I was only doing one. This is my last one. And then we are hopping off the stream for some good snooze. Yeah, BYOP. Bring your own potions. Or bring your own pet. Cleanse those debuffs. Let's see, I've got plenty of items that have just been sitting in my stash. I'll melt them no problem for some Shadow Core. Let's get these drop pools circulating again. Also, we've got an article to get through. It's gonna be a lot. Maybe we'll do a bit of a read. If you're gonna be up on the stream, we'll do a read together. We'll see. We'll have some fun. Or I might just do a bunch of information absorbing on my own. When my day opens up, and I'll jump on and ready to get stuck in. And you guys can catch me up. I think that's also fair. Oh, the ad. No. 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 Alrighty guys, thank you for tuning in. I see there's quite a few of you. Let me just wait for this ad. Alright, you're back. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed your little ad break. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I see there's quite a few of you on the stream right now. Quick shout out to all the lurkers. And of course, big shout out to Hidden Hero for keeping the chat alive here. We had Argantus, Ordell Music. We had Catty Lost. Hey, what's up, Catty? We had Code Watcher, 999. Bright Zombie lurking in the shadows as always. Kafir Harbi, Porsche, a fellow streamer and legend, and of course the Hidden Hero. Catch us live tomorrow for update confusion madness. It's gonna be a party, and yeah, shout for tuning in. We'll see you for the birthday stream tomorrow. See you at the next one. Cheers.